Hola y bienvenidos a la Daily Hustle. Soy Enrique Byrnes y presidente es el mejor cerveza. No abate por no filter network. Miguelito San Dieguito, not with us today. Will the Thrill Clark, not with us today. But our thoughts and prayers are with him as he goes into knee replacement surgery. I believe it's today or tomorrow. Either way, Godspeed, Will. We love you, man. And you know what we also do? We come on here each and every single morning, with or without our boys, and we properly salute them and each and every one of you. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! Remember this, folks, when we are juiceful, we are useful, and when we are juiceless, we are fucking useless. A very pleasant good morning to you on the third day of February 2025. We are brought to you by Bet Online, the number one online gambling destination for all the latest news, scores, odds, predictions. Go to Bet Online. While there, you can lay all sorts of action on the Super Bowl coming up this weekend. If you're into college hoops, the NBA, huge trades happening over the weekend. Regardless, you can lay your action there. If all of a sudden you start, I don't know, feel like you're a big Lakers bettor and you're back in Luka. What a trade. I mean, you usually don't see superstar traded for superstar, but Anthony Davis is that good as well. I mean, the Mavericks just went to the finals last year, so I'm going off on a little side tangent right now. But when you go to Bet Online and you type in the promo code BLEAV, capital BLEAV, it should get you 50% off your first deposit. If it doesn't, well, who gives a shit? At least you tried. All right. Now, let's not forget the brand new, you're old now, Let Them Play Parenting and Coaching Guide to Youth Sports. This is a book that needs to be a bestseller, and it's not. That's bullshit. Go to ericbyrnes.com for that. It is really fucking good. And then the Daily Hustle 222 Unfiltered Life Guidance from a Human Crash Test Dummy. You can pick that up at ericbyrnes.com as well as the Effortless Life Lessons from a Human Crash Test Dummy. That is the OG original. If you want to listen on Apple, you go ahead and download the Apple books at that point. Gall, thank you for checking in this morning. Does he not tune in to the Daily Hustle? What's wrong with him? And then while there, make sure you pick up the Foot Reflexology board. It promotes blood flow. Been dealing with a little bit of thing in my heel lately. It's really helped out. So I don't know what that thing is in my heel. I'm not going to speculate. I have not been to a doctor. I did not stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. But I'll tell you this. Every single morning for about 15 minutes, I'm moving around the pegs on different areas of my foot. It feels so freaking incredible. So very grateful. And I'm going to say, look, to the Express Spa, because that's where I got the idea for foot reflexology. They stopped making them, and I knew somebody had to step up. Good morning to everybody in the chat room, by the way. John Davis, what's up, dude? Joe, Michelle Drew. Holy shit, man. This is great. This is what happens when I could somewhat show up on a normal time. I'm going to try to make it really consistent. 9 a.m. Pacific time going forward on the days that we do have a daily hustle. All right, today's electronic email communication. Buenos dias. Today is Monday, February 3rd, 2025. And yesterday, despite PETA's attempt to replace Punxsutawney Phil with a vegan cake, the little fucker once again came out of his hole, as he has since 1885, and celebrated Groundhog Day by seeing his shadow and then declaring 6 more weeks of winter. I cannot confirm or deny it, but it's been said that Phil was then fed a vegan cake and he destroyed it while wearing his brand new flippy necklace. Of course, let's not forget, folks, you can pick up one of these bad boys at ericbyrnes.com as well. Daily Hustle quote of the day. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Seneca, Daily Hustle translation. Happiness is a relative term and is 100, no, I actually put 1,000. 1,000% dependent on us as individuals. Whether we realize it or not, happiness is a choice that we get to make each day. Yet we don't just wake up and decide that we're going to be happy in la la land, but rather it's our responsibility to act our way into feeling. Think about all the shit in life that we do that makes us happy. For me, it's running, it's pickleballing, it's snow sports, coaching, writing, broadcasting. That's why I'm here. Liar's dice and sharing adult beverages and dinners with best friends and family. They're all things that bring immense joy to my life. Why? Well, these are the things I can choose to do that allow me to lose a sense of time while completely immersing myself in the present moment with very little to no thought of the future. All this said, the next time we have a choice how we are going to spend our time, let's just make sure we decide to do something that locks us in that specific moment of time without a single fucking thought of what may or may not happen in the future. That's it, EB. So, this past weekend, it was really cool. I was invited to play in these underground warehouse pickleball games. It was not just games, it was actually a tournament. There were 8 teams in the tournament. I was a replacement. To be totally honest, it basically, from what I know, were the 16 of the very best players in the Reno, Tahoe area, and actually even beyond, because there were a couple guys that came from the Bay. But I will say that it was a fucking battle. Every one of the games, we played 7 pool play matches, best of 5, and then went into a best of 9 for the elimination bracket. And Nico and Dion, kudos to them. They end up taking this thing down. They had their backs against the wall in the quarterfinals, and somehow, some way, down 3-1, pulled off the upset. I think it went to 9 games, but what a really cool thing. It just reminds me of like the daily hustle and the email and everything else. I lost sense of time this weekend. I did. I got so locked into the pickleball and what was going on. And I think that's why I love it. I was talking to a buddy of mine and basically saying the same thing. Like, there's not too many things in our lives that we do now that kind of remind us that we're still kids, and it brings us back to those days. What a special time, right? And so for all of us, I think as we get older, think about shit that we do. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be pickleball. I mean, it could be running, it could be cycling, it could be broadcasting, it could be writing, it could be reading, whatever it is. What are the things that make you just kind of giddy inside? That when you pull your head off the pill in the morning, you're like, yes, I get to go do this today. That's the goal in life, in my humble opinion. Figure out what drives us, what motivates us, what gets us fucking charged each and every single morning. And then go out and do it. And then I understand a lot of people are going to be saying, oh, hey, Byrnes, I got work, I got this, that. Well, okay, cool. We all have responsibilities. And everything that we do, too, it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be crazy fun. I think a lot of that is in the process. And so hopefully your profession, whatever it is that you're doing, still drives you in that way. And I think deep down and eternally, if this is something that you're committed to, this is something that you love, well, that's good. And that's it. Okay, a couple things I wanted to get to this morning. And then I got to take my kid to school. The Taylor Swift prop bets. I mean, everybody, of course, wants to talk about this. So you cannot bet on all these Taylor Swift prop bets within the United States. I've come to learn that. But outside of the United States, they have all sorts of different prop bets. Will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift after they? No fucking chance. No. So it says, my pick, no. And it's funny because I don't even know if there's a line on this one. It says, well, he's certainly not going to propose if the Chiefs lose. So get that prediction settled within your spirit first. The Chiefs are slight favorites at minus 130 on all legal sports books to beat the Eagles. I don't love them. I really don't. But at some point, it's hard to bet against the Chiefs, right? It says, assuming the Chiefs win, you must also assume that Kelsey and Swift are prepared to be engaged and want to cement it on the public stage. See, this is the thing that I think this bet's so fucking ridiculous. I mean, I put everything I own on a no on this. Yes, they're on the public stage. They're on a huge public stage. Kelsey, football, the podcast, Taylor Swift, the biggest international superstar we may have seen in our lifetime. Michael Jackson was up there. Maybe there's a couple more, but she is it, right? She doesn't need a fucking public engagement. The exact opposite. She wants nothing to do with that, right? The two of them, I imagine, enjoy their private time more than anything, which just it's just no fucking way. All right. Will Taylor Swift appear on stage with Kendrick Lamar? A no is minus 5,000. A yes is plus 1,000. As any 11-year-old girl can probably inform you, Swift and Lamar have collaborated. In 2015, Swift released a remix of her song Bad Blood featuring Lamar. It's a banger. Unfortunately, I highly doubt Swift will decide to play double duty at the Super Bowl, especially considering Bad Blood is her song, not Lamar's, and there's no reason to pull focus from his performance on the stage on her boyfriend's on the field. Yeah, nah. So that's a good bet at the minus 5,000. I actually, look, I mean, I don't understand how this is adding up here. It's no minus 5,000, yes plus 1,000. What kind of odds are you getting here? Yeah. I guess, I mean, if it was plus 5,000, I'd give it a shot and say yes. Who will be showing first sitting directly next to Swift? I mean, come on. Isn't it always Kelsey's mother? Donna Kelsey's been there by her side the entire time, and Taylor Swift knows exactly who she's cozying up to. So it says Andrea Swift, Swift's mother's an option. Donna Kelsey, like I said. Kylie Kelsey, the sister-in-law and the famous podcast host. Caitlin Clark. Who even thinks that Caitlin Clark's going to be back there? Do we have confirmation of this? Or Brittany Mahomes? Okay, it says my wishful pick, Caitlin Clark. Haven't we already seen that? Okay, how many times will Taylor Swift be showing live during the game? This is a one. Last year, I fucking drilled it. They said like 7 times, and I took the over. Yep, the OU again is 6.5. You guys are out of your fucking mind. Last year, it went over by halftime. I don't know how or why this is so low. It says OU is 6.5 at minus 120. An offshore book set the line at 6.5, meaning that if you think she'll be showing 6 or fewer times, bet the under. If you think she'll be showing 7 or more times, bet the over. I'm saying over because I'm a fan of pop crossover. Fox is not stupid. They're just not. They're going to show her more than 7 times. Even if it's just a quick pan. They don't have to talk about her 7 times. I bet you they bring her up once or twice, and that's it. And by the way, I'm looking forward to Tom Brady in the booth for the first time for the Super Bowl. Okay, will Taylor Swift be showing during the national anthem? I got to know. Yeah, no's minus 700. Yes, plus 400 could be good, though. It says, I doubt it. No need to distract from John Batsy's performance or invite controversy. I think they'll stick to showing the magnificent performer that is Battersea. I don't even know his name. I don't even know what that is. Is that fucked up? Am I really off on this? Huh. Oh, well. What will happen first? Either the team scores a touchdown or Taylor Swift is showing live. Oh, I'm saying a touchdown. Yep, that's minus 150. It should be. Who will be showing more times? Jason Kelsey or Taylor Swift? I mean, Taylor Swift minus 800. It's not even fucking close. I mean, I appreciate 300-pound linemen and kind of regular dudes. But, I mean, Fox isn't stupid. Will a picture of Taylor Swift in Eagles gear be shown? No, that's minus 1,500. That's right. She was born in Berks County, Pennsylvania. It could be showing very easily. I mean, it just keeps going and going. Will the Super Bowl MVP mention Taylor? Plus 600 on a yes. No, so well, I mean, it's got to be Travis, and he's not going to be the. I mean, he could be the Super Bowl MVP, which is highly doubtful. All right, whatever. In other news, moving onward and upward, I mentioned the NBA trade. I look, I'm not going to get too far into it because I literally am already over my allotted time here as my kids waiting downstairs. But I do appreciate two superstars being traded for each other. I mean, Luka is a fucking savage. This is one of the greatest basketball players of our lifetimes. I mean, really, it's what's going on in Dallas. This makes me scratch my head a little bit. I don't know why they think they can't win with them. I mean, that's the interesting thing. So the general manager had some comments about we value defending centers, which I guess Anthony Davis would be. Whatever. I'll take Luka. I mean, I got a soft spot for like dad bod looking white guys that play in the NBA. So, anyhow, in Major League Baseball news, by the way, there it was a signing over the weekend, and it just so happened to be Jack Flaherty. He's going back to the Tigers. So he was with the Tigers. He got traded to LA, became a free agent, signed back with the Tigers, got like 30, 40 million bucks. Good for Flaherty. He's from Southern California. He went to the same high school. It was like Lucas Giolito, and there was someone else. I think it was Harvard or Westlake. But they had like three big leaguers on the same team. So he's back to Detroit. But don't worry about it. I mean, if their Dodgers are in need for a pitcher and Flaherty's pitching well, I'm sure the Dodgers will just get him later. And it brings up this question. Rob Thompson, and this is interesting. It says, fires blunt forward message at Dodgers spending. So I saw the title of this article and it made me scratch my head a little bit. I'm like, that just doesn't seem like Rob Thompson, right? Well, goes on here. It says the Philadelphia Phillies are coming off one of their best regular seasons in franchise history, but there's a behemoth lurking in their way next season after spending close to $500 million this winter to reinforce their World Series championship roster from 2024. The Dodgers are redefining Major League Baseball construction and stand as overwhelming favorites to represent the National League in the Fall Classic. Phillies manager Rob Thompson was asked about the Dodgers' talent onslaught during an appearance on the Phillies show and offered a frank and simple message about how he sees the upcoming battles with their West Coast rivals. Quote, will match up fine. Thompson's confidence comes in part from the fact that the Phillies had more All-Stars in 2024 than any other team. And while the Dodgers face a leading $303 million payroll in 2025 for stars like Ohtani, Betts, Snell, the Phillies are right behind with 270 fucking nine. I mean, isn't that funny? Nobody even talks about the Phillies in their payroll. No one talks about anybody else in their payroll besides the Dodgers. So obviously they have stars like Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Zach Wheeler. And Thompson said how they spend their money is how they spend their money. You can't do anything about it. Despite some unprecedented depth from the Dodgers, Thompson also noted at the top, the two teams match up quite well. This is the greatest point of all that Rob Thompson or anybody else around Major League Baseball could make. Quote, they can only start 9 guys. That's all they can do. And they can only start one pitcher every night. And we've got a really good rotation. We've got a really good lineup. We've got a really good bullpen. Done. Period. This is a thing that people don't realize. Everyone's bitching about the Dodgers spending all this fucking money. Number one, this is capitalism at its best. I don't give a shit. I find it more disconcerting about teams that aren't spending any fucking money, that are gravy training this thing. That's a problem. Not the ones that are actually stimulating the economy and going after it, trying to be the best. So, all that said, realize this. The Dodgers can only start 9 guys. They can only start 1 pitcher. They can only bring in 1 reliever. What they are going to have is more depth than anybody else. And that's it. And it's not even going to be fucking close. Their depth is insane. But, hey, look, only 9 can play at a time. So, are they favorites? Yeah. But they're still, I don't believe, favorites at this point where if you could take the Dodgers or take every other team in the National League, I'm taking every other team. I will 1,000% put my money on 14 other teams before I would the Dodgers just even to get to the World Series. And I surely would put my money on 29 other teams to win the World Series before I put my money on the Dodgers to win the World Series. Now, could they do it? Yeah, fuck. They did it last year. They did it because they had a special group of guys. They did it because of Dave Roberts. They did it because of Bob Guerin. They did it because upper management made the right moves at the right times. And guess what? Freddie Freeman sacked the fuck up, as did the rest of the crew. So, look, Rob Thompson's perspective is going to be everybody else's, and it should be everyone else's. They can only play 9. All right, everyone have a fantastic day. Daily Hustle back. Manana. Good to see a nice little crew on here this morning, guys. Certainly appreciate it. Once again, Pete, Joe, Michelle, John, and then let's not forget John Emmanuel Ramos Henderson in Makati City, Philippines. We are international once again, motherfuckers. All right, love you guys. See ya tomorrow.